LA this week.
It is the latest Instagrammable pop-up gallery in Los Angeles, but this one is dedicated exclusively to Christmas time. I'm Gil Reyes at Fa La Land in La La Land. I'll have that story next.
A little goes a long way. I'm Rasha Goel. Up next, how the community is coming together to support an annual food and toy drive.
I'm Anna Marcos. Find out how the school games help kids with special needs play ball and more. It's all part of LAUSD and the Special Olympics, and it's coming up.
Hey everyone, I'm Umaima Rashid. Here's what's happening in LA this week. It was a long time in the making, but this week LA City Council made it easier to get your favorite street foods. We caught the celebration at City Hall following the unanimous decision.
Let's take up item 2.
Thank you, Mr. President, colleagues. It's been 5 long years since we restarted the conversation on legalizing sidewalk vending in Los Angeles. We finally have before you an ordinance to create a citywide permit-based sidewalk vending program.
Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
That is approved.
LA becomes the second largest city in the nation to legalize sidewalk vending. Sweet success after 5 long years of challenges, right?
It's a victory today. We won. You know, it's going to change my life for the better because I get to work and, you know, make my ends meet every weekend. So, I mean, this is beautiful for us.
Lo tenemos por 10 años. Arriba, los vendedores ganamos. Legalice la venta en la calle, por favor.
They always say, no somos welfareles. They say, we're not here for welfare. They're here for an opportunity. And so bringing them in out of the shadows, having them get permitted, having them have their food product reviewed by the county health department. This is all a way of integration. And people will look back to this day and say this was the day where we turned a corner.
They got that entrepreneurial spirit. They want to make sure that their families are taken care of, and they want to provide services, and so that's what's occurring.
We have people, hardworking people. We're not depending on the government. We can work hard to earn money for our family, to have a better life here in LA.
This is indeed a historic day in LA, and we embrace the future with hope, anticipation, and opportunity.
Gracias a Price, a mi concejal Wizard, y lo digo con mucho grito porque él nos apoyó. Gracias a todos los compañeros, a todos los medios de comunicación que estuvieron pendientes en nuestra campaña. Gracias. Y aquí estamos.
This is a community of business people, entrepreneurs, hard workers, people committed to the American dream and the dream of Los Angeles, and this was the right thing to do. People can work legally in the city of Los Angeles after 10 years of struggle. This city embraces street vendors. This is our strength. These street vendors, they will build this economy, they will build this city, and most important, they will build this nation. Chamos, se puede, se puede. Who wants a churro?
Who wants a churro? Me, Councilmember Price, me. City Hall was also the scene for our next story, LA's Women's Entrepreneurship Day. This was all about women. And we got to hear inspiring stories from ladies that are making it happen in the business world. Anna Marcos takes us to the event hosted by the Mayor's Office of Economic Development.
Women take center stage at the LA Women's Entrepreneurship Day as hundreds of female business owners and those looking for entrepreneurial inspiration come to network. Katie Chin is a chef, TV host, and food blogger. Kalika Yap owns not 1 but 4 businesses, including this website building and branding business. Her first advice, women need to change their stories around money.
This is my boss. They sabotage themselves. They have these stories in their mind that they don't deserve money, that there's not enough money, that there's scarcity. So get right with money. That's my first advice.
The one piece of advice I'd give to any budding entrepreneur is leap and the net will appear.
Numbers show that women own 40% of small businesses, but secure less than 4% of loans and funding. These 50 booths and tables aim to make a dent in the numbers, providing everything from marketing tips to contracting opportunities with the city to finding capital.
In your business journey, is it that you need a plan? That's the first place to start. Is it that you need a coach? If you lack confidence to move forward, then you need to get that coach on board on your team. And then you move forward and get the capital and financing.
At this table, you find out what your brand is so you can explore your own entrepreneurial business path. And I found out I'm an explorer with a secondary boss.
I think I'm a rebel because I do things pretty much on my own path.
I believe that I am more in line now in doing what I'm meant to do with my life than I ever have been before.
And those women who have made it say anyone can do it.
And I never thought I would be an entrepreneur. I never thought I had it in me, actually.
Jessie Ravelis went from rags to riches with her company, J Squared Communications.
2 years ago, I walked into the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission with my then 7-year-old son. We were homeless, but it was also exactly what I needed to begin to create my breakthrough. Within 2 years, I went from being homeless to grossing my first $10,000 month.
But these women are out to make more than just money.
I need you to ask yourself, do your dreams generously serve the world?
We need our neighborhoods and communities rebuilt. We cannot live in food deserts. We cannot live in health deserts. We cannot live in areas where we're not having job creation from our community. The game changer for that are entrepreneurs.
We get the feeling that more of these women owning businesses just might change not only their neighborhoods, but the world.
I see you, Anna. Hashtag boss is totally you. I'm hashtag host with the most. He's got 27 Grammys and has produced music icons like Michael Jackson and Frank Sinatra. And now he's immortalized in Hollywood at the TCL Chinese theaters. Take a look.
Some of you may know him as the dude. Me and my homies affectionately call him Q.
We celebrate you today, and this is an amazing moment for all of us. I love you, Quincy.
And since he has had his hand and foot in everything you've ever loved, this seems like the most literal, best way to celebrate him.
There are only 12 notes. We've had them for 700 years, and between rhythm and harmony, we have to figure out how to make those things belong to us. And that's difficult after 700 years.
He's had career-defining collaborations with Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, and the list goes on and on and on.
You are R&B, you are pop, you are rock. There ain't no barriers. We blur the lines.
Wouldn't be no Snoop Dogg if it wasn't for Quincy Jones. We thank you for being you.
I wouldn't be the humanitarian that I am today if you didn't make me understand that there's so much more important than what you're doing in music, son. You gotta get back.
And oh yeah, he also produced the biggest selling album of all time and the biggest selling single of all time. So, no big deal.
You know how to make a short, bald-headed, bow-legged, 85-year-old grin like a fox eating sauerkraut. I love you.
Quincy Jones is also celebrated for his activism and philanthropy. But the big takeaway was all of us trying to figure out how big of a grin a fox has when eating sauerkraut. There's no greater way to explore a new neighborhood than by going out for a stroll. That's exactly what the Great LA Walk embraces, a celebration of finding a new side of our city. We joined up with hundreds of Angelinos for the 16-mile trek.
We are going for the Great LA Walk.
I love the idea of going down in LA, walking and meeting people and talking and looking around.
I
started this 13 years ago to celebrate my 10th anniversary in Los Angeles. It's all about community. It's about reminding people that we live in the most diverse, multicultural, greatest city in the world. Celebrating the cultures, the differences, and the community that this city has. So one of the things I like to remind people is when you're walking down the streets of Los Angeles, take your time. Why not celebrate by meeting people that we've never seen before, walking through neighborhoods that maybe you don't normally traverse, seeing stores, going to restaurants, experiencing Los Angeles as we should experience.
This is my first time, thanks to Jean, who brought us along.
I'm doing the Great Los Angeles Walk with my dad.
You can do as much or as little as you want. If you do it all the way, it's about 16 miles, but you can do as little as a mile if you want. So this year, we're actually celebrating the life of Jonathan Gold, the Pulitzer Prize-winning food critic who passed away earlier this year, who really celebrated that message of exploring Los Angeles and getting to know this town and getting to know your fellow Angelino.
This year's walk was in honor of the late food critic and Pulitzer Prize winner Jonathan Gold, who passed away this summer after decades of celebrating our culinary diversity. This next segment is Shark Tank meets Cute Kids. Councilmember Gil Cedillo hosted a children's business fair where local kids show off their biz skills and get the opportunity to sell their handmade creations. Check it out.
The Children's Business Fair is basically an opportunity for the children to sell their products. Basically, it's like stuff that the kids created.
I'm selling my artwork and my paintings that I do. My favorite isn't here anymore. They already bought it. It actually makes me feel good because, I mean, I accomplished something.
I'm producing what is my talent. Right here, I have some canvases that I did with passion. I love to do art.
What the council member wants to do with this event is to encourage the kids to pursue entrepreneurship opportunities, encourage them to become entrepreneurs.
Today we were here just kind of the moral support for the young entrepreneurs. They're very talented, and there's people out there, myself included, that admire the arts.
I just supported my daughter when I see that it's going to be an amazing event where kids can be entrepreneurs. I was like, I want to be there, I want to support her.
A lot of times people make money and the first thing you do is pay all the bills and then start spending money, so they're paying other people's bills and they forget, did I put any money away for me? And I want these young kids at an early age, as early as possible, to know how important it is to pay yourself first when you make money.
I give it its prize by its value of time, effort, and also the material that I use.
We get to learn like, oh, this is how we have to do it if we want to have a business.
This week, Councilmember Buscando partnered up with the Aquarium of the Pacific for his annual Free Night at the Museum and Toy Drive. Families joined the councilmember for some amphibious fun for a good cause.
This is Council District 15's annual toy drive in partnership with the Aquarium of the Pacific. The Aquarium gives us one day out of the year for a free community event here, and we've partnered with the Aquarium to make this our annual toy drive. We are so blessed to have people from this entire region, actually, not only my district, but this entire region to come and give a toy for those who need it the most. The toys tonight will be distributed to a number of nonprofits throughout Council District 15, from Watts to San Pedro, Wilmington, Harbor City, Harbor Gateway.
Well, here at the Aquarium of the Pacific, we're celebrating one of our district nights for District 15 over in San Pedro. Constituents of that district are able to come to the aquarium, and we love to be this community resource. Our mission is really important to connect with our local communities, our local district offices, and we're happy to do that tonight.
So we're here with Johnny. Johnny, why are we here at the Aquarium of the Pacific?
To give toys, to give toys to people that need it.
So on behalf of my team at Council District 15, wishing the city of Los Angeles a blessed and safe holiday season.
Did you catch Councilmember Buscando joining in as our latest LA This Week reporter? A tip of the hat to you, sir. Councilmember Paul Krekorian also joined in the spirit of the season with his 10th annual holiday food and toy drive. Rasha Goel takes us to the kickoff event, where even Danger Man dropped in.
I think teddy bears is a symbol of love. If you give somebody teddy bear, like you want to give lots of love. And when you have love, I think you have everything.
Well, definitely a lot of love here. Lucie Grosjean, a local restaurant owner, is among the many donating to support Councilmember Paul Krekorian's annual holiday food and toy drive. It's her second year contributing, and she says it brings her so much joy.
It's about holiday, it's about love, about giving, and it's festive. I love it. A gift to receive.
Councilmember Krekorian started the drive 10 years ago. For the past 5 years, it's been held at the First Christian Church in North Hollywood.
We're privileged to work with them and very grateful to them for giving us this space. And sometimes we need this much space because truckloads keep coming in and carloads, and people open their trunks and bring in the food and bring in the toys, and it begins to become kind of emotionally overwhelming, if not overwhelming in space.
It's always important, whether it's this time or any time, to be able to support and to care for members of our community that have less than those of us who are fortunate enough to have more than enough.
It's an opportunity to bring people together from the community to help those in need.
I think it is important so everyone, anyone doesn't feel left out. The ones that can afford to buy presents for their loved ones know that they're not left out, that there is support.
This event truly brings people together. Now, once the food and toys are collected, then they are further distributed. The food goes through the North Hollywood Interfaith Food Pantry, which then distributes to several other congregations. And the toys are sent to organizations who then distribute to families and people in need.
Danger Man, the real-life urban superhero who promotes literacy, good health, and safety to children in urban communities, has been an avid supporter of the councilman.
Community is important, okay? And being how he's really for people and helping the homeless and trying to make sure our communities are safe, it's very important.
And whether it's one item or many, every little bit helps. And it doesn't just stop at the holidays.
There are people who are going to be in need after the holiday season ends. So anybody who ever wants to help homeless families or people who are getting close to homelessness or people who are victims of domestic violence or kids who are struggling with illnesses, we always have ways to support those sorts of causes, and so anybody can call anytime and we'll find a way to help.
And it's not too late to donate. If you are interested in supporting the drive, you can contact the councilman's office at 818-755-7676.
Bad weather didn't stop the giving. Who says Angelenos won't go out when it rains? Councilmember Blumenfield celebrates the holidays in Reseda. Glassell Park gets an eco-friendly soccer field. And check out the sights and sounds at the El Pueblo tree lighting ceremony. It's time for a City Beat.
Councilmember Bob Blumenfield recently hosted his annual open house and toy drive at the CD3 offices in Reseda. Local residents turned out en masse with holiday gifts for the needy, children's toys, and practical supplies for the homeless. In addition to sharing some neighborly cheer, guests were treated to a new art exhibition from some of the area's finest.
And then after this is over, we've collected all the supplies. We'll go and we'll distribute those supplies to folks who need them.
Glassell Park resident and City Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell dedicated the opening of a new eco-friendly soccer field at Irving Middle School. The field had been unused since 2014 when the city red-tagged it due to extreme wear and tear. The new community field, completed for about half of the original budget estimate, features state-of-the-art synthetic turf and other green, eco-friendly amenities.
I hope that the mamas, the parents, the students can really enjoy this with their families.
And it was a countdown to happiness as the El Pueblo Historical Monument held their annual tree lighting ceremony in downtown Los Angeles. A long-standing community event for Angelenos of all types, the ceremony featured live entertainment, refreshments, face painting, children's activities, and a fun visit with you-know-who. Happy holidays.
Okay, I'm really excited to share this one with you. Who doesn't want a selfie with Santa? Gil Reyes takes us to the latest Instagrammable pop-up, Fa La Land.
Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. All right. Welcome to Fa La Land.
Get your smartphones out. Downtown LA's newest pop-up gallery, Fa La Land, is selfie central for holiday photos, inspiring the likelihood of likes from even the grinchiest of Instagram friends, says co-founder Chloe Summer.
Creating spaces where when we enter them, we feel a bit lighter, we feel a bit happier.
So where are we, Chloe?
So we are entering the North Pole. And the North Pole is meant to transport you really to another realm.
Inside this Christmas village, everything in town is about the size of a child's playhouse, including the movie theater, now playing Miracle on Alameda Street. That's where Fa La Land is located.
Mrs. Claus greets our guests in this room, and she often jokes she had a little, hello, we were just talking about you.
Sorry. It's Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus, what happened here? What happened?
Oh, I left the popcorn machine out overnight, and
it looks great.
I made a lot of popcorn. Do you like popcorn?
I love popcorn.
Well, you can take some on your way home when you leave.
As you journey through here, if you're a child, you'll delight in the colors and the sounds and the scents. But as adults, sort of the humor throughout it all. Have you been naughty or have you been nice?
A little bit of both.
So, well, you can't walk through the middle, so take your pick. Take your pick.
I'll go through the nice.
Okay.
All around.
I'll follow you.
All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Walking through the nice here. And, oh, look at this.
This is the room where big money dreams come true. Naughty or nice, everyone wins at Fa La Land. But rather than lotto balls picking today's winning numbers, those are Christmas balls you might hang on a tree. And speaking of trees, check out the brightly colored Tannenbaums in the Fa La Land forest. Deep in the woods, we search for an elusive Christmas creature.
And that's the elf right there.
Well, that's not actually. Where is our hidden elf? All right, we have a hidden elf hidden in the trees.
Okay.
So he sort of gets out every night and hides in a different spot.
He's not a scary elf.
No, we don't have scary elves at Fa La Land. Come on.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on to our final room, where we meet Santa and hop aboard his sleigh.
When you're recording on your cell phone, it looks like you're flying over the world on Christmas Eve.
Exactly.
Yeah, that whole...
Exactly.
And this background here, is this Los Angeles?
This is Los Angeles.
Wow.
It's our beautiful city at night.
There's downtown.
Yep.
Recognize that. It's a good little escapism from reality.
And it's really important. It's important for everybody to have that moment of forgetting about whatever may be going on in the world or their own personal life and just having a few moments to smile, whether it be with friends or their families or, you know, even strangers. You know, the feeling in here is, there's a feeling, I'm sure you felt it, of camaraderie because everybody feels good.
The adults have just as much fun, and it's just, you know, a great time of year. Everybody's nice to each other, and we should all learn from that, and why not live like that all year long? Take
plenty of photos and let your heart be light at Fa La Land. Open every day except Mondays throughout the holiday season at 787 South Alameda Street in downtown Los Angeles.
It's time to break out those ugly sweaters for a good cause. Get your pencils ready for some extreme character drawing and visit a fashionable selfie wonderland. Here's some things to do.
December 19th is National Ugly Sweater Day, and we are celebrating with the 4th annual Ugly Sweater 5K and 10K. Now, this event is a virtual run, which means you can run for charity anytime during the month of December. This year's charity will be Feed My Starving Children. Get decked out and run the distance for a great cause. For more information on the Ugly Sweater 5K and 10K, visit virtualrunevents.com. Get your pens and styluses ready. It's an evening of extreme character drawing at the Womens School of Visual Effects. Enjoy an evening of live models, fun music, free drinks, and drawing. The guest speakers for the event include famed reference model Rick Gallagher. Extreme character drawing is happening Friday, December 14th from 7 to 11 p.m. at Womens School of Visual Effects, 1015 North Cahuenga Boulevard. For more information, visit gallerygirls.com. Strike a pose. The fashion team that brought you BeautyCon LA proudly presents BeautyCon Pop, the ultimate destination for self and selfie expression. 8 carefully curated galleries will take you on a fully immersive and super shareable journey. And check out BeautyCon Pop December 14th through the 16th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 333 South La Cienega Boulevard. For more information, visit beautyconpop.com. And those are some things to do.
Our final story looks at a partnership between LAUSD and the Special Olympics that's breaking down barriers for these local kids. Ana Marcos takes us to school games.
All this excitement is the culmination of 6 weeks of hard work and fun of an adaptive PE program at LA schools for these kids with special needs. And these games are their time to shine in front of their parents and the world.
Let's go, Clinton! Let's go!
It's a proud moment for both the parents and the children as these special needs kids take to the field to play soccer. Many for the first time in their lives.
You know, I'm such a crier, but for me to see my son, participate in something like this is very emotional for me. Because, he doesn't have the ability to walk. For me to see him do, 1 or 2 things, for me it's a big achievement.
The so-called school games are in their 12th year. A joint effort by the Special Olympics of Southern California and the LA Unified School District. This fall clinic is teaching soccer skills, while a spring clinic teaches track and field. A big part of getting the kids ready, the teachers.
We play ball in our classroom too because Carol has upper body strength, so we try and work on that and we build on that.
This is important for our kids. They get out and play sports and they're active and healthy. And we want them to be active just like the rest of the kids in the population and have the same opportunities as them.
But what if you're in a wheelchair? Well, that's no excuse to sit out. You can always play hawker, a combination of soccer and hockey, adapted specially for the needs of kids in wheelchairs. The ball is super big and super soft.
I pushed it too hard.
Too hard? There's no such thing as too hard. What do you mean? It went out of bounds?
Yeah, it bounced.
The ball is larger, and so they could hit it, they could kick it, they could throw it. We also have adults on the fields where kids who need a little bit more hand-over-hand assistance. So it's really an interesting game to really watch and see. It's really fun.
Here we go! Here we go! Woo! Even you-know-who takes a turn with the giant ball.
They were playing together, everybody together, that everybody was a team, and all the kids were enjoying having a smile on their faces. That was the most...
What did that do for you?
Oh, it feels so good.
Nice.
And when it's all over, prize ribbons for all, because everyone here is a winner.
This is a starting point to introduce Special Olympics to students and athletes.
What are your emotions right now?
Tired.
Just tired? Emotions?
Yeah, just tired.
Well, after all that running around, you're allowed. Who knows, there just might be a future Special Olympics athlete or two in the bunch.
That's going to do it for this edition. I'm Umaima Rashid. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. And check out our newest social media videos, LA This Minute. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.